Oh, I am live. Okay, it is working. All right, it is working. Where am I? It is working. Guess I should have had this. You know that it would work now. It would work when I can't get this stuff right. Okay. So, give me a second. Okay. I'm just trying to see. This is working. All right. So, I finally have it working and forgot what my topic is, but I have it working. And so, I hope my focus is right. It's looking so funny. What is my topic? 2018. What are your financial goals? All right. It's like 11 o'clock, and I've been working on this. I think I tried to go live at 9 o'clock, and I finally got it going. And so, actually, if you're looking at my screen, and it's probably behind me, doing something new for 2018, and I'm using a green screen. Um, so, what I want to share with you is some of the results. In my private Facebook group, want to give a shout out to O'Neill Gutierrez. O'Neill is somebody, I think him and I touched base in 2017, early part 2017, late 2016. I'm not sure. He found me here on YouTube, took action, invested in himself, bought the credit dispute software, and then from there, I guess he just invested in himself in terms of knowledge. And he's somebody who actually I've never worked with him one on one, but he has found a lot of value in the videos that I have here on YouTube. And so, if you look right here on the screen, it will show you some of the results that he got removed, collection account removed, uh, um, another collection account removed, account removed, account removed, account removed. And so um, he has given me the word that it is okay for me to share his results, and that is why I'm sharing his results. But what does that have to do for you for 2018? I'm going to make this message real quick because I know I lost a few of you all that were watching. Um, what are your goals, financial goals, regarding your credit? And so, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to Let's just start there. That's a good point. What are you trying to do? Because many people make a very big goal for themselves. And when I say a big goal, meaning that um, it's very general in respect to um, they are just saying, "Oh, I just want to get rid of debt or increase my credit score." But what does that mean? That first means that you have to be able to examine your credit report. And so everybody's credit report is different for everybody. I'm looking down because I am just trying to see um, if my screen is good. Because, like I said, I'm not sure how this works. And so Oh, and the thing is that it's unlisted. So I'm not gonna get a lot of people on. So that's good. I haven't made it live yet. But as I was saying, being able to not take a very large goal and overwhelm yourself. How can you make it a very small goal? And so the way that you do that is like I was saying, what do you have to do? The first thing that I would say, and I've said this before, in order for you to be able to rebuild your credit, to get out of debt, in regards to your credit report and your credit score, it is made up of three things. A lot of times, the reason why people aren't getting results is because they are missing one of the three things that I'm going to mention, or either two, or either all three. And what do I mean? One thing I always say, you have to know how to, one, read your credit report. I have noticed that many of the credit bureaus, what they're doing now is that they're overwhelming consumers. What do I mean by that? If you are new to your journey with rebuilding your credit and you get a 60-page report, I've seen credit reports with 60 pages. You get a 60-page credit report, you are going to be overwhelmed. You're not even going to know where to start. And what I've noticed is that a lot of it is just a lot of fluff. And to me, it's really a tactic. It's a tactic and a strategy to really confuse the consumer. And so what happens is that the consumer starts the new year with saying, "Oh, I'm going to rebuild my credit. I'm going to get out of debt." And what happens is that they order that free credit report from annualcreditreport.com, and they get their free credit report, and it's over 60 pages long. Now they're overwhelmed and they don't know what to do. Now imagine getting a credit report that is voluminous and pages, and you have three of them to go through. A lot of times what you're going to do is you're not even going to proceed because you are so overwhelmed with the amount of information. A lot of the times, if you don't have a trained eye, if you don't have a trained eye to be able to look at a credit report, what is going to happen is you are going to doubt yourself and not even proceed. And so that New Year's resolution and goal that you started with of I am going to begins, I'm just overwhelmed, I'll get to it. The next thing you know, you're in March. So the first thing out of the three that I said, to be able to read your credit report, many people, that may be elementary. And let me be clear of who I'm talking to. And um, all credit repair, rebuilding information, at least that I provide, um, is only for those who my message resonates with, and who I notice those who get the best results, those who find my information useful, are those who I say are babes. They are babes in their process with rebuilding. Now, if you are a maverick, you know it all, you've been around the block, this is not your first time at the rodeo, you understand how to read a credit report, that my message may not be for you. And so I'm very clear on who I'm talking to, because one thing that I know about with being in this industry is that all credit repair, rebuilding advice is not a cookie cutter um, advice to everyone. So there are things that I can talk about that someone who may be at an advanced level may say that is elementary stuff. And this is what I've noticed is that you never can get away from the basics. Once you know the basics, then you can migrate and begin to build on it. But what I found is that since we live in such a microwave society, a lot of people don't want to learn the basics. So going back to what I've said, I know it seems that I'm going a lot of places, but I am on point with what I'm saying, is that the first thing I said you had to do was understand your credit report. Who am I talking to? That person who has just began their journey. They are a babe in terms of starting their journey. They don't know how to read a credit report. And it leads me into the second thing, is why I'm talking to those who are beginning their journey. They don't understand the law. So it goes back to, can read a credit report, then don't understand the laws that protect you as a consumer. See, what a lot of people do not know is that, one thing about me is that I have been an open book when it comes to credit information. I really um, um, I really have to say that I share more information than most people will. And so many people are only going to give you very small pieces of a very big puzzle, and then you either got to put it together or find out if there's other pieces to it. This is what I know. Anyone who has any knowledge in the industry, whether they're a professional, they call themselves a professional, the one thing that they have been able to master is the law. You have to know what the laws are that are pertaining to your personal credit, because how are you going to be able to leverage those laws to be able to dispute anything that's on that voluminous 60-page, 100-page credit report? You got to be able to know the law. So that's the second thing. First thing I said was being able to read your credit report. The first thing was being able to read your credit report. Second thing is being able to understand the law. The third thing is, do you now have the dispute arsenal? What is your arsenal? Your arsenal are letters. Are you creating the letters yourself? Are you using letters that have already been able to get that have been used, that have gotten results for yourself? And a lot of times you may have to craft it. I'm here to say there's no cookie cutter. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people are looking for cookie cutter. What is the magic letter? What's the one letter that I can use that's going to just wipe my problems away? And that may not be the case for everyone. A lot of times you have to tailor letters based on your situation. A lot of people don't know that. So now, what are the three things? Let me recall those back to you. One, being able to read your credit report. Can you understand that 60 or 100-page credit report and you have three of them? Number two, and also remember, all credit reports aren't treated equal. So things that can be on TransUnion may not be on Equifax, may not be on Experian. Then number two, the second thing is that understanding of the law. Now that you have this voluminous credit report, can you be able to use the law to dispute what's on your credit report? And then number three, do you have a dispute arsenal? What type of letters? So going back to when I first started this whole conversation, I said a lot of times people are missing those three pieces. Now, this is a formula that I created. This is not no formula that I've heard someone say. This is a formula that I've created. Now, this is what I know. Most people, like I said, as they start their journey, they're a babe at this. When I say a babe, meaning that they are not a professional. They're just beginning their journey, and there's nothing wrong with that. You have to admit and acknowledge where you are. See, once you're clear on going back to your goals for 2018, understand where you are at. A lot of people will not admit where they're at. Where are you at in your journey? So once you're clear on where you're at, now you can proceed on what to do. And it goes back to, like I said, most people only have one piece. So they may have letters, but then they don't understand the law. And a lot of people, and I'm here to tell you, I do sell credit dispute software. The software that I supply individuals with have over 200 plus letters. I also tell people that the software would, with the amount of letters that's in there, will overwhelm a novice person. Who is a novice person? Is a person who's starting their journey. Because a lot of times they feel like, okay, I got the letters, but then they don't know the law or they don't understand their credit report. So what happens is now they got all these letters, 200 plus letters, but then they don't know the law. So now they don't know how to use them. And so that is what I'm noticing, is that many people got the tools but don't know how to use it. It's just like myself. I don't know how to build a house. You can sit me right in Home Depot and say, Lorelia, we've supplied you with everything. We have given you the wood, the nails, um, the okay, I just want to make sure I'm still live. But like I was saying, you could sit me in Home Depot. You could say, Lorelia, we've got the plans for you. We have the nails, we have the wood, we have the foundation and everything. But if I don't have the knowledge on knowing how to read the plans to build a house, even though you've given it to me, doesn't mean that I know how to put it together. And so a lot of times, many people feel like, oh, okay, that person gave me all the tools. Now I should be able to figure it out. It goes back to what I originally said. You have to be very honest with yourself to say, where am I at? If I am a new person in my journey, I may need a little bit hand holding. I may need some hand holding. It's nothing wrong with saying that, because see what happens is that it goes back with the house. Now I may know Karen. Karen knows how to look at the plans, give her the tools, give her the wood. As long as she's got the framework on how to build a house, she can go ahead and build it. I'm looking at her saying, well, hey, if Karen can do it, I should be able to do it. Give me all the plans and the framework, and maybe I should be able to build a house. But see, if I know that I don't know how to do it, then I have to ask Karen to help me. And that's the same thing that I want to tell people in 2018. Be very honest with your journey. Where are you at? Because if you feel like you're a master or you're someone who is very knowledgeable, then my message may not be for you, because now you're light years ahead. So who knows? You already figured it out. So, I'm not talking to that person. Who am I talking to? I'm talking to that person who's at the beginning of their journey. They need some help. They need some hand holding. And they're saying, I have all the tools, Lorelia. I have all the tools, but I need someone to help me put it together. I have the framework. I have it all, but I need help. And that is what I want individuals to really be able, before they even start their financial journey with their credit, is to, number one, admit where you're at. Because until you clear on that, then you're somewhat making, some strides towards your goal. Now, another thing that I do want to discuss for 2018, and I've seen it a lot, is, and I've said in other videos, because I speak from a place of prosperity and not from a place of scarcity. So, so when I say this, but most people be like, well, wow, I can't believe, someone would, tell someone to go to someone else. I always tell people my message may not be for you. And so if that is the case, go, if you know you are at a financial standstill and you know that you want to rebuild your credit, you go to the person that you feel like you resonate to. Because the biggest mistake people make is that they are not consistent with who they're listening to. Since there's so much noise and so many methods, especially here on YouTube, on rebuilding your credit, a lot of people are very caught up into, well, who do I listen to? Do I listen to this one or do I listen to that one? This person is talking about the handwritten letter. This person has the YZZ, the ABC method. And what happens is that you confuse yourself. Now, one thing about me, I don't go, I got to wrap this up because my computer's dying. But and I don't have my cord near me. But I would have to say this. I am not one who goes around listening to people messages. I have consultations. People will say to me, well, I've been working with this person and using their methods. And the first thing that I say to them, have you gotten any results? And they'll say, oh, yeah, I got some results, but I'm a little stuck on this. The first thing I say, then you stick with that person. If you have gotten results from a particular person that you may have found on YouTube or found on any social media, platform, and you feel like you resonate with their message, by all means, you continue. And I've said that many consultations, because what is most important is that you get to your financial goal, because we all gonna have a different way. It's a different way to skin a cat. And like I said, I can only tell you the way that's worked for me and has worked for other people. One thing I never promise nobody. I don't promise people speed. I'm not promising nobody that I can get your stuff removed in 1 month and 3 weeks. um in my next, because I'm gonna do more of these lives, I'm gonna have stuff prepared where I'm gonna show you people who've gotten results. But these are people who stuck with it, people who were willing to stick with it, listen to my advisement, or either I've worked with them personally and they have gotten results. So I don't know how much time I have, because my computer is saying 10% remaining and is subject to go off. But what I will say is this: the next video, I'm going to talk about some student loans. I'm going to continue this conversation on 2018, because as we approach the new year, today is the 29th, we got 2 more days. Um, let's do something different than what we did in 2017. So now that I got all the technical glitches out, I believe this is going to work fine. So, um, there you have it. That is my message, and I'm sticking to it. If you want to reach me, a lot of my websites are being worked on, but you can always get me in my blog. If you don't have the first half of my book, yourmoneymentor.com, or you can reach me by email, lorilliabp@gmail.com. If you are somebody who is interested in needing help, want to get started with working with me, I look forward to talking to you in the new year or right now. So once again, this is Lorelia. I am signing off.